Hi everyone, I'm back with another video. Yeah, sorry it's been so long since I said that I'm going to film, but yeah, a lot has been happening in the background, and I just haven't been able to get a video out as soon as possible, basically. So yeah, this is another video that I'm back with. Basically, it's a story time of how we almost got scammed out of 35,000 US dollars trying to buy land in Zimbabwe. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so basically I'm going to tell you a story about how we almost got scammed out of 35,000 US dollars trying to buy land in Zimbabwe. And yes, listen until the end, please, because I think a lot of people can learn a lot from this. Whether you're young or you're old, you're in the process of buying now, or you're buying later, or you're young, you're old, my age, my mother's age, everyone can learn from this. And guys, everything was going really well in the beginning. Like, everything seemed legit. The people seemed legit. You know, when you're talking to people and they're basically giving you credentials and they're telling you they're this business person, they do this and that, and you're thinking, oh wow, okay, they seem trustworthy, they seem like to know what they're talking about. However, now looking back, I know that there were a lot of red flags, which now, having been through the processes, like now I recognize the red flags. But back then, obviously, I didn't know anything. It was the first time doing that with no professional advice. Basically, we try to do everything on our own. Yeah, and before I get into it, my name is Abby. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abby, and if you like what we're doing here on this channel, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends, and press the notification bell so that you get the notifications, and every time we post a video, you will get a notification. It's absolutely free to subscribe if you didn't know. Yeah, thank you. So we had been eyeing buying land in Zimbabwe for the longest time, for years, and googling locations, watching videos on YouTube where other people are buying and things like. Anyway, this particular place where we bought from, there's not many videos about that place on YouTube anyway, so like there wasn't any information out there. So basically we found an agent. Right, the agent is legit. Like, yes, fair enough, the agent should have done his background search, but sometimes people don't, and sometimes people do hide information from you. The agent was fine. Basically, he talked us through the process, and for him, I think it's just the job of finding people, and then he gets a commission when someone buys. He doesn't do the due diligence for you. So we googled on the internet, Facebook, whatever. Yes, like, I know there's a lot of legit things on Facebook, the internet, and whatnot, but I think avoid trying to do things through social media too much without doing verifications and actually doing a lot of due diligence, because that can be very dangerous. Yeah, so anyway, we found the land that we were interested in. We thought, okay, this is a really good piece. We want to go ahead and buy this. Basically, the size of the land, it was I think 4,000 square meters, which is like, oh, I don't remember how many. No, not 4,000 square meters, sorry. Oh, 4 acres. 4 acres, which is, I think, is around 20,000 square meters or something like that. And because we were interested in a plot, we didn't want to buy like a small, like just residential land. We wanted to like an agri plot. That's what they call it. Like if you want to do agriculture there and things like that. So yeah, basically we saw this land. We saw the land size and everything looked good. The price was okay. I mean, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, it's cheap for that land. It was what you expect to pay in that area for that land. And yeah, we spoke with the agent. He was giving us like all the paperwork, basically telling us everything is okay. Like it's everything is legit. All the paperwork is in order. And guys, we were at the stage of we literally got to the stage where they were writing up an agreement of sale. When you buy land, they basically, before you do anything else, they write an agreement of sale with all the conditions and whatnot, basically to let you and the other party. It's a legal document, right? Yeah. However, when we got to the point of, okay, like we're now at the stage of buying the land, right? And we want to meet up with the, well, not meet up because we were not on the ground. Mind you, we live in a different country. We had another person basically handle all these things for us, which sometimes is good, sometimes not so good, because yeah. If you live in the diaspora and you've dealt with people sometimes back home, you know the struggle of trying to get things done when you're not on the ground. It's very difficult, I'm telling you. So yeah, you know, when you're trying, this is another red flag. When you are buying land and the seller doesn't want to basically have any direct contact with you, everything must be through the agent. Mind you, the seller, they are there on the ground. They can talk to you on the phone, they can video call you, they can email, like, but they want no contact, nothing whatsoever. Everything must be through the agent. That is a big red flag. If the seller is there, available and able to communicate with you directly, that should 100% happen. You shouldn't have to be going through someone else. Yes, even though there is an agent, but why is, like, someone is like, it's your land, you're the one who's selling. Why wouldn't you want to speak to the person who's buying? Does that make any sense? So, okay, like, mind you, at the stage we've done the agreement of sale. We haven't signed anything yet, but, like, you know, the excitement is like, it's getting real. Like, we're getting this land. It's we're almost there. Like, it's exciting times. We are days away from signing these papers and basically sending the money through. Imagine $35,000, guys. Or was it even more? I feel like it was even more than that, but I don't remember. I don't remember. I think this particular land was priced at around 40 something thousand $. I think so. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, like, that's not small money. Like, people work hard for their money. And I'm sitting there one day thinking, okay, like, nothing out of the blue is happening. I'm just in my house chilling. And I just said to myself, let me Google this address of this land that we're buying. Guys. Okay, so I put the address on Google. I put the address and I'm just like scrolling through. And then I come across this bank, and I'm really sorry because I don't remember the name of the bank, but I know that it's one of the big banks in Zimbabwe, like a proper one, you know. And they're having an auction, okay? And I'm looking, I'm seeing like the list of land and houses and whatever that they're auctioning, and this address is showing up. I'm like, okay, there's a mistake. Did I type it wrong? Like, what is going on? Because I'm about to buy this land, and why is it being on auction here? Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, so I'm like, I'm canceling my search, and then I'm putting it in again, and it's there. I'm like, Pella, this land is on auction. Like, this bank is selling it. This thing it's currently ongoing. It's not like an old post, or, I mean, even if it was, that's still really sketchy, isn't it? Basically, I'm going to add a screenshot. I'm not sure if where it's going to be on the screen, but basically I'm going to add a screenshot of myself Googling this address. Of course, I'm going to censor some information. And I want you to see, guys, some of this information that I found out while I was Googling this. Okay, so at this stage, I'm just like, I'm sweating and I'm thinking, what is going on? Like, I go to my husband and I'm like, I've just been Googling this address and it's showing up here. Like, I mean, I'm not jumping into any conclusions, but something doesn't seem quite right here. And then he's calling the guy that was basically in charge of making all the payments for us and whatnot. And then he's calling the agent. The agent is like, no, the guy basically, he was a police officer. He's like, that is sketchy. It doesn't make any sense that this land, that you're about to buy it, but like the bank is selling it on auction. That doesn't make any sense. And guys, you know, if you've bought property before, sometimes you know when a bank is auctioning land. You know why. You know why when a bank is auctioning land, right? Okay, we call the agent. And it's like, at the moment, he doesn't know anything about that, but he will speak to the sellers and find out. Okay, we wait a day. He comes back the next day and he's like, oh, basically, yes, the land is on auction. What do you mean it's on auction? Like, we're about to send you money to buy this land. Why? What? What is going on? You know? And then he's like, basically what happened was, these people that were selling the land, I don't know who they are. I've never met them. Yeah, I know. I've never met them. I don't know who they are. And he's like, basically these people, they all, which I know now, that story, honestly, is not true. It's not true. He's like, they owe the bank some money, a huge amount of money, and they took a loan from the bank, right? And they failed to pay back that loan, and that land, they used it as collateral, which means that if you fail to pay back that money, the bank now needs to sell that land so that they can recoup their money. Okay? So now what these people wanted to do, they wanted us to buy that land. Of course, they were not going to give us title deeds or any documentation that we were due to get after buying the land, because the land was in dispute or whatever. So basically, it's like, he's like, what they wanted to do was basically, as soon as you guys pay that money, they will take an amount from that money and quickly pay the bank what and quickly pay the bank what they owe the bank, and then they will have their land back, and then you guys can have it. Like, tell me that makes sense. It doesn't make sense, right? I mean, like, in theory, yes, it makes sense, but practically that is not how things work. You do not sell land to someone that is in dispute or that has issues, or if you do, the least that you can do is to be honest about the situation and tell them this is what's happening and this is what is happening, and that person can make a decision themselves. Do they want to take that risk? Do they trust you enough? You know? And then for us, we're like, but you know, like, this is not going to work. We cannot go ahead with this purchase. Like, we're not going to buy this land. It won't work, because what if we give you the money and first of all, we don't even know how much you owe the bank. Guys, I'm telling you, even if you Google that address now, obviously, like, I'm not here to name and shame anyone or expose anyone, but like, even if you Google that address now, you know, like, my phone has an I don't know, it's called Gemini, like this AI thing. Like, if you Google something, basically gives you a brief summary about whatever it is that you're Googling. So even if I Google that address now, I'm telling you, it's going to show up. It will tell you that this land was involved in this, and that, and give you a whole timeline of what happened. There's even a whole website with everything that happened. And mind you, back then, of course, I mean, I was new to stuff, and I was clueless, for lack of a better word. And now, even if you Google that land, I recently found out as I was Googling, it tells you that land has been in dispute since 1999. Can you imagine? 1999, guys. Honestly, I couldn't believe it when I found out that these people basically tried to sell this land for. They tried to sell it over and over again and failing. I'm not even sure what the dispute is about or whatever the case, because there's a lot of legal jargon in the document that I don't understand. But mind you, when we were trying to buy this land, it was it just after COVID or during? I don't remember, but this was, I'm talking like not 6 years, maybe 5 years ago or something like that. And this dispute has been going on since 1999. That is a very long time. And these people guys, I can downright say that was a scam. And honestly, I'm so glad. Sometimes I think that God works in mysterious ways. Because I don't even know what made me to Google that address or think, oh, let me just put this on Google and see what comes up. Sometimes it's God, guys. Yes, another topic. Before you do anything, especially serious things, pray about it and God will lead you in the right direction. Because it can only be God who made me to say, you know what, mntanami, thatha i-address le uyifake ku-internet, uyigugulishe ubone ukuthi kuyaphumani. Just imagine if that one honest random day I didn't Google that address, we would have paid our monies and that's exactly what would have happened. Imagine losing that amount of money. That, mind you, I was very young back then. I'm still young. Okay, I was very young back then. I was still in my, how old was I? I think was I 26, 27? Yeah, I was young. Like, just imagine as a young person like that trying to do something big like this, and for the first time, and you just get scammed. Will you have the courage to do it again? Takes a lot. Yeah, anyway, so in the end, obviously we pulled out of that deal. We couldn't buy land that was already in dispute, and there was, for obvious reasons, we didn't buy the land. And honestly, I can say that the lessons that I've learned from this, if you are buying land, whether it's in Zimbabwe, whether it's in the UK, whether it's in Australia, wherever you're buying land, whatever country, honestly, it's important to do your due diligence. Always check who owns the land, why are they selling it, and if you can, meet up with the person. I know it's not always possible to meet the person who's selling the land, because sometimes they're in a different country, sometimes they are busy. For whatever reasons, you can't meet up with them. But do a background check on these people, whoever is selling you land. Guys, especially in Zimbabwe, I'm telling you, scams, they are many. They are many. Do your due diligence. Like, honestly, don't get scammed. You get the name of the person, go to the housing office or whatever institution is dealing with that, give them the name of the person and ask whose name is on these deeds and get the information. And if you don't know how to do all of that, the best thing that you can do for yourself is get a lawyer. Okay? Do that. And the other thing that I've learned, like when you're buying land or whatever, like just take your time. Guys, the one thing that I learned from that is that like, you don't have to rush things. Do not rush anything. Take your time, do your research. Especially for people in the diaspora. Honestly, I know everybody wants to buy land, do this back home, do that back home, because you want to retire back home and stuff. Guys, if you are not careful, if we are not careful, in the end you'll retire to nothing, because you end up getting scammed, you lose your money. If it's possible to wait and go and do this yourself, be on the ground. Honestly, even if I were to lose money, I would rather lose that money ilahleke sezandleni zami, not ezandleni zomunye umuntu. Do you understand into ngisho? Yes, and then I only have myself to blame. Like, I'm not fighting anyone. Oh, sulahle imali yami. And mind you, imagine if we'd given this money to someone and this thing turned out to be a scam. Will I not have said it's you who's scamming me, or it's you're a part of it, when that person really has nothing to do with whatever is happening? It's me who should have done my checks. And the last lesson is always get the proper authorities involved, you know, like always get a lawyer, a surveyor, just always do the right thing. Don't try to cut corners. Indaba le yokuthi mina ngiyadiza lingadizi, yenzani into right. Yes, I know sometimes back home, guys, it's difficult. You talk to this person and they're telling you about a service charge. You talk to this person, they're telling you, oh, you know, 500, what. Guys, yes, you can do that if you want, but make sure that you are talking to the right person. Where there's a stamp, an official stamp that needs to be stamped on a document, make sure you have a document that has a stamp on it to cover your back, because if anything, you fall into a scam, you need to have evidence that you paid someone, and always collect ID numbers and names of people. I know you can still get scammed, but just always contact the correct authorities, okay? Yeah, and honestly, all in all, I'm really grateful that we avoided this scam, because I feel like it would have changed my life, my DNA. Yeah, honestly, guys, I would have been so upset. Like, I know imali, and you can always work and make more, but you know, when you've worked so hard, you've sacrificed yourself, trying to save up, and that happens to you. It's, yeah, guys, getting scammed is not nice. And I'm telling you, I'm going to come with another story, because you think I would have learned my lesson. Definitely, we got scammed again, a huge amount. I'll come back with that story again, because, guys, I have a lot to share about these things. Yeah, and lastly, guys, yeah, I hope you loved listening to this story, and I hope you can learn something from this. And guys, I'm super open to questions if you want to ask anything. And first, disclaimer: I'm not a professional. I'm not an advisor of any sort. Yes. So, if from what I say here, go and do your own checks. Don't come and say, yes, do Abia to say this and that. No, I'm not a professional. I'm just sharing my own experiences and hoping that someone's going to learn from it. I'm grateful that we avoided the scam, and I hope that many other people will. If you want to ask me any questions, yes, feel free to ask in the comments. I will reply what I can. And of course, this is obviously sensitive. There's other people involved, and you know, I'm not here to expose anyone or shame anyone. But if you have questions, please do ask me in the comments. I'm very open to sharing. I will not gatekeep any information. And yes, in the end, we did end up buying land in the same area. And yeah, if you want to know how we did that, please comment down below. I can make a video about that. Or if you have any specific questions that I'm unable to make a video about, or maybe I won't be able to answer in the video, just ask in the comments and I will do my best to respond to that. And another thing that I want to ask, if you've ever been scammed, especially in Zimbabwe or wherever, or in Africa, wherever country you're from, continent you're from, if you've ever been scammed, especially a land scam, like a big scam, please comment down below and share your experiences. You never know, it might help someone out there, and you know, sharing is half a problem solved, you know. Last thing, I want to invite you guys, please, to subscribe to our channel, like and share with your friends. Yes, I mean, it might be slow progress. I'm hoping it won't be going forward. It won't be going forward that I'm going to manage to post every week. I will try my best to post every week, because I do have a lot to share. So please subscribe, share, comment, ask questions. If you would like me to share anything, make a video about anything that you're interested in, please comment down below. Thank you. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please share and like and subscribe.